Okay, folks, we are here at Vermillionville. That's the brew house there. I would assume that's the performance center. If you watch the short, you know I just ate right there at the restaurant. They're very spicy. If I sound kind of funny, it's because my lips and my tongue are numb. So, whew. It was good, but it was spicy. And you got the river right down there. Oh man. Ooh. And man. Okay, well, that's all the way out. Sorry about all that, folks. I was trying to zoom out a little bit. And this is the entrance here, I guess. Rules and regulations. Do not touch the artifacts. Please silence cell phones and other devices. Not cut, pick, or fold. Do not leave children unattended. Use only pencils to take notes. Do not feed or disturb the wildlife. No pets. Photography is allowed. Thank you. Okay. So, here we go. We got some dugouts over here. I think call them P-rows. I'm not sure. And y'all don't hang me or shoot me for mispronouncing stuff. I think that's a P-row there. I'm not sure. They all look like, well, that's a dugout right there. I'm not sure what that was. Maybe a fish trap. Trapper's cabin and boat shed. Yeah, some cypress knees down there, along with cypress trees. Here we go. Yeah, a big old double barrel up there. Tool sheds, I guess. Trapper's cabin, yeah. Okay. Got a slough down there, which means this is probably full of mosquitoes at the wrong time of day. And you can see trees that got the Spanish moss or old man's beard on it, whatever you want to call it. It's nice grounds out here, a lot of shade. Breeze is blowing, so it's not hot or humid. And unlike the other place I was at, let's see here. Okay, this is the Bo Bassin house. And the Bo Bassin house was originally built in the 1840s by Louis Arsenault, a Cajun rancher who lived between Carencro and Lafayette. The house is unique in the village because it blends Cajun Creole and American architectural influences. The squared columns on the front porch are characteristic of American Greek Revival design, but the colombage and bousselage construction techniques are Cajun and Creole. Beau Bassin, or Bassin, was named in memory of the village of Beaubassin, Acadia, present-day Nova Scotia, Canada, which was destroyed during the conflict between France and Britain in the 1750s. So, and that's how Britain got control of the French territory, Nova Scotia. Let's go in.
Hello.
Hello. You don't mind if I film in here, do you?
Not at all.
Okay.
Don't mind closing the door. The
What?
house is one of the originals, 1840s, and the 2 rooms are the bedrooms. And this is cotton that's been ginned. The seeds were taken out, and what I'm going to do is cord it or comb it. It just gets the fibers going all in the same direction. And it takes about a year to make a shirt. Yeah, it's a little time consuming.
I guess that's why people wore their clothes so long back then.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. They didn't throw them away like today. And with this, I should get a couple of yards of thread. So what I'm going to do is put the 2 ends together. And it just passes through my fingers.
Ah, okay.
And there's the thread. It makes in my fingers, and I determine the size of thread by the amount of tension. You see, I can pull it not quite as much, and it's a thicker thread. This is strong. And
Yeah.
This is very soft. So stick it back together, roll it on, and continue going. Like to get a thinner thread, I just pull it back quicker.
Okay.
Yep. And then
All the places I've been, I've never seen it done.
a lot of people say that. And it takes about 50 hours to make a ball about this size, and I need about 6 for 1 shirt.
6 balls that size for 1 shirt?
Yep.
Holy guacamole.
Yep.
I just go out and shoot a deer and make a deer hide shirt.
I know, that's what I say. And you bring it to the loom and you make the fabric.
Now I did see looms working,
Yes.
but I was in Kuwait when I was working over there. They do a lot of,
Weaving.
they actually have classes set up where you can go down and learn to do
Yeah.
all that stuff over there.
Oh yeah. A lot of people like to weave, but they don't like to spin.
Okay, we are here in the other room now. Big old bundle of cotton. A lot of quilts up. Oh. Ironing board. Okay, folks, on to the next house. This is a schoolhouse. L'école, schoolhouse, banning of the French language. Okay. Y'all can pause it and read it. Okay, let's go see what we got here in the schoolhouse. Oh. Hello. Okay if I film? Okay. So all the buildings got people in them?
No.
Oh, okay.
A few. Where are you visiting us from?
I'm sorry?
Where are you visiting us from?
Texas.
Texas. All right.
Yeah.
Sure. So yeah.
Yep.
Well, the building here obviously is the schoolhouse. This building is a reproduction of a one-room schoolhouse that would have been typical for an early public school in the late 1800s, early 1900s. That's when this area you started seeing them being built. Early on, many of the public schools would teach both in English and in French because most of the people here spoke French. In fact, about 65 to 85% of the population spoke either Louisiana French or Louisiana Creole, another French language. But starting in 1916, you had a push for English as the only language allowed in school, and nearly every state passed a law like this, which caused a decline in regional languages, even languages that had been there long before English. Not just French and Spanish, but also Native American languages. And this loss of language over the next 3 generations caused a decline in a lot of that real unique cultural regionalism across the United States. But here in South Louisiana, we've made a real effort over the last half century to try to preserve not just the language, but also the culture as well. So we've been more fortunate than other folks where they've kind of just kind of blended in with the rest of the country. So yeah. But feel free to look around if you have any questions about the schoolhouse or anything else in the village, please ask.
I like the old stuff like this. It's back when I'm from Maine.
Okay, yeah.
Originally, and found out my ancestors came from Prince Edward Island under the same way that the Acadians came here. When Britain took over the islands up there, or took over that region, it was either convert or leave. So they left. Yeah, I'm on a 7-month fishing camping trip. So I started back in February. Coming up through Texas. I've only been in Louisiana for, I think this is my second day. Yeah, I got into Louisiana yesterday from Port Arthur.
Okay.
And I spent the night on McFadden Beach over there in by Port Arthur. I can't think of the little town right there. The lighthouse is there. There was a Civil War battle there.
I know, I'm blanking too.
I can't think of it now.
Yeah.
They misnamed that
You
beach.
think about it as soon as you leave.
I will, yeah. I did a video on it over there too. I just do this for my YouTube channel as I'm going. People following me around the United States. So.
You know, I was up in Nova Scotia back in August for the World Acadian Congress, and I was in Yarmouth, and that's the town that has the ferry into Maine. And I was like, you know, that would be a fun little detour. We didn't wind up going, but because we were kind of on a tight schedule. But I'm like, oh, I'd love to check out Maine. It sounds like a wonderful.
Maine's beautiful. You mentioned Yarmouth.
Yeah.
I got an uncle that was the fire chief in Yarmouth, Maine.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he was the fire chief there before he died. Of course, he retired then died, but he was fire chief down there. In fact, he was in South Yarmouth.
Okay.
So.
If you ever get a chance to check out Yarmouth, Nova Scotia,
I do. I've got to get my passport renewed. It expired in 2017 when I came back from the Middle East. But I do plan on going. I want to go to PEI to see where my ancestors come from. And I just found that out through doing an ancestry thing, and found out that I'm actually 1% First Nations up there. So
I was about to say a lot of people of Acadian descent are also First Nations, because the Acadians, it was like they were known for having like a surprisingly high rate of like intermarriage between like them and the Mi'kmaq for the time. And actually at the World Acadian Congress, like big Acadian Day concert last year, they had this Mi'kmaq man who he plays the fiddle, and he also like does like traditional Mi'kmaq music, and he did a medley of an Acadian like fiddle reel with like a traditional Mi'kmaq song, and it was so cool. Hello.
Hey, how are you doing? But if you're in Lafayette tonight and want to catch some music at the Blue Moon Saloon, there's a Cajun Jam every Wednesday night. So the music starts around about 8 o'clock.
I'm hoping to set up camp somewhere around Gulfport, Mississippi tonight.
Hit the road, okay?
Yeah.
You got some miles ahead of you.
Yeah, I actually stayed in a hotel here last night because I wanted to see this place and I wanted to see the Acadian village, which I've already been to. I went over there and then I came over here. But yeah, I'm trying to outrun these storms. Y'all got some nasty storms coming this way.
I'm not looking forward to that tonight.
And I actually stayed in the hotel over here. That's the first time I've slept in a bed since August of last year. It was kind of weird, no sounds. I'm used to going to sleep with the crickets or the waves and stuff. So yeah. Okay. Appreciate it. Y'all have a good day. Here is the Vermilion historical timeline from pre-1699 all the way down through. Got a helicopter coming. I don't wonder what's going on. Oh, there's a hospital up here. That's why. Okay. This goes all the way down through. Y'all can pause it somewhere in there and read it if you want to. There's the Mouton house, Maison Mouton. And if you'll notice something, all these houses are pretty much the same way. You got 2 doors, 2 rooms. One would be, I guess, the living area. The other one would be the bedroom. So, this looked like a woodworker's shop. Look at all those planers. Took me a while to remember what they were called. Drill bits. Some more stuff here. Tools, saws. Now, that stuff wouldn't have been in here originally. Like I said, this was a house. Then we have the backyard. Private privy. My best guess this would be the kitchen. Yeah, this is the kitchen. Kitchens were usually out away from the house because in the summertime it got hot and you didn't want to be cooking inside that hot house. Or make it even hotter by cooking in the house. There's the blacksmith shop. There you go, nice dirt floor. Ain't got to worry about it catching on fire. Okay, might be somebody in here. Okay. Man, it's nice and cool in these places. A loom, bed. All right. Another loom, spinning wheel. Another loom, spinning wheel. 2 beds here. Closet there. Sewing machine. Looking for a name on there, but I don't see one. Please do not touch. Okay. Alright. Go into the garden area. And folks, if that wind is strong on this phone, I'm sorry. The wind is blowing pretty good. The presbytery. A simple residence from the early 1800s. I guess that would be this place right here. Historic property, LaGrange family house from 1830 or circa 1830. So, I don't know if we can get in here or not. No, we got to go around to the front. Look at that. Pretty out there, ain't it? There's a ferry crossing right there. All right, so let's go around to the front. So this is the Atticapus Chapel, the church in a Catholic region. Got the bell there. Oh, gotta watch my step there. Probably gonna be people in here. Oh. Smells good.
I think it smelled like a church in here. Because when I walked in at first, I smelled barnyard area.
I'm kind of, I mean, a barnyard don't smell bad to me.
Well, compared to a lot of other things, it doesn't.
It's
And the dumpster behind McDonald's.
well, you know, that smells bad. Anything inside the city ain't gonna smell
Yeah,
good.
the barnyard don't smell like nothing compared to something just nasty like a dumpster.
Yeah.
Still trying to decide whether I want to be here for the rest of the day. This is a slow day, but this time of year we have so much. Maybe it's because they predict a storm or something. This time of year we have lots of kids coming through, all day schools coming through. with
Yeah.
Kids. And yesterday it was like night and day from today.
Yeah, I didn't get here in time yesterday to come down here. I spent the night at a hotel up here. 'Cause I wanted to see this village and I wanted to see the Acadian village.
Yeah.
And I've already seen that one, so I left there and came here.
Do You just show up.
Just show up.
Oh yeah, I didn't know it was like that.
Yeah.
So it's a lot like this.
Yeah. Yeah. Except over there it cost me $10 to get in. Over here it cost me $8.
Okay. So they had all the people dressed up old school.
No, nothing like that. No. It was just, which kind of shocked me because the first building I walked in, there's people in it. Ooh, you know, so, and I'm just walking through filming stuff from my YouTube. I like these old buildings. I know this ain't a regular village or was a regular, it's all these buildings were brought in.
Yeah.
But I like it. There's a place I go to over in Texas when I'm home called the Sarah Beckman Farm.
Where's that?
It's in Fredericksburg, Texas.
Okay.
Right there, it's right adjacent to President Johnson's ranch.
You know what San Felipe is?
Yeah.
Texas? They got one there too, the little like village and everything.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
why-
this is Sarah Beckman is actually a working farm. It's got the original buildings. They've got the animals out there. Depending on what days you go down and you go in there, you'll see, and it's at LBJ State Park, right? You can walk from the LBJ State Park down the trail into the Sarah Beckman Farm.
Okay.
And you know, the ladies most of the houses down there were like dog trots. You know, you got
The middle empty part.
middle empty part, and the kitchen's outside, just like here. A lot of the kitchens, you know, back then people put their kitchen outside in a separate area, so you didn't heat up the house in the summertime, worse than it already was. So you go down there, and the ladies are making breads and pies.
The real deal.
They're grinding wheat to make flour. They're dressed period costume. Even the kids, when they come to work with their parents, they're dressed in period costume.
That's so cool, man.
Yeah. It's really nice. You go down and you actually see how things work.
If you get a chance to stop in San Felipe, Texas, man, check that out too.
I've been through there. I just
seen
never.
that Austin's original cabin.
Yeah.
All that. That's
Yeah.
a dog trot cabin too. And my great grandfather.
Okay, folks, this is a Buchwald house, and my battery's running low, so let's go in and take a look, see what there is to see. Joseph Fernberg House, historic property. Fancy house. I doubt if this would have been the bedroom, but it's set up that way. Dang, it is a fancy house. Indoor plumbing. All right. Collecting dolls. Dining area. Here's your kitchen. Small kitchen, but heck, all you're gonna do is cook food, make bread. Hey, got a telephone. Bunch of chairs, pictures. That one looks familiar. Do not touch piano. Fireplace. Okay. And out we go. Washing machine right there. Called the Old Reliable. Okay. And the next building is actually the bathrooms right there. So I'm gonna put this on stop or pause, and we got some cane, bamboo. Same thing. Look at that. Another helicopter. And here's the ferry, folks. I guess you can pull yourself across if you want to. I'm not going to. That's too much like work. We came from over there. We walked around. So, be a nice place to live. Fish out here. Play with the gators. Got some type of platforms with thatch roof over there. This be the Broussard house. And there it is before it was moved here, I guess. And And this dates to 1790. I think this is the oldest one so far. Oh, lizard just left. Somebody left a walking stick. Whew. Oh, hello.
Hello. How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?